Hello and welcome to the latest instalment of the Rangers Women's Supporters Group podcast on a very nice Sunday. I'm joined by Kat and Alan. How are you both doing?
Never been better.
Alan?
It's been a very good day. I think it's fair to say we'll all be very happy with how today's turned out.
Definitely. So we were at K Park today to face Motherwell and we started with Fife and goals. Docherty, Hill, Medag, Hay, Howett, Arnott, Cornett, Lafay, McLean and Wilkinson Carr. Quite a different team than we probably thought was going to start, but quite a strong one anyway.
Yeah, I didn't think Rio would be on the bench. I thought maybe she'd start, but seeing Camille Lafay start is always a positive thing. We've been calling that for the last couple of weeks, so happy with that. Rest of the team kind of just slotted in, pretty much what I expected, really.
Yep, Alan, did you have any thoughts on the team?
I think we spoke last week about Camille needing to start, so I was delighted to see that. Slightly surprised to see no Leah Eddy, but just hoping that Mia McCauley's not too far from fitness. But strong team to go out, and obviously hoping they'd go out in a high after what happened earlier in the day, and be buzzing from that.
They certainly all had smiles on their faces in the warm-up. There was a bit of banter going on, but we'll leave it there. We started quite quickly, Carr, for a change, which was very nice to see. Wilco getting on the score sheet with 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, I mean, we were calling for quick starts and couldn't get much quicker. Well, we could a little bit, but I mean, the angle on that shot is incredible. I don't even know if it's a shot, to be honest. I think she's trying to play the ball back into the box and it's gone into the back of the net. But, good work from Chelsea to find Wilco at the byline, who then kind of hits the ball, goes into the back of the net. I don't know if it kind of comes off the keeper or not. Rangers have kind of said it did, but either way, it counts as a Wilco goal and we're off and running.
Yeah, we looked really up for it. I don't know if it was the earlier result in the day or whether we were just coming at fire and heading next week, but we were doing really well getting shots off, and Camille, or Cammy, however we say it, showed why she deserves to be in the team and she got the score sheet 28 minutes.
Yeah, Camille will always get involved and get really high up the park and support the strikers and get into positions, and just scores a lot of scrappy goals as well. And just getting that second goal was crucial. We scored it early last time we went to K Park. It was Katie again, and then we struggled and couldn't add another goal. So I think, especially given that we've not been in the best form, getting a second, really made a big difference in the game. And I thought after we actually got that second through Cammy, we actually played with a lot more freedom, the sort of freedom that we've probably been wanting to see for weeks.
Yep, we didn't have much long to wait for the next goal. Cammy getting on the score sheet again. She's just a phenomenal wee player and showed why she deserves to be in the team.
Just what she does, isn't it? Her energy is infectious. I think everyone around her enjoys that. She's not scared to get stuck in, and she pops up with goals every time that she's on the pitch, so you can't ask for much more. But Kathy's ball for this goal is beautiful. Lovely long ball, kind of over the top, finds Camille, who kind of just slots it past the defenders and into the back of the net. Second of the day at that point, and we were absolutely flying. We played with so much more energy today than we have the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Just to touch on Kathy there, Alan, she had a really good first half. She was just throwing herself at everything. She probably was a bit more fired up with the result earlier in the day, but she had a phenomenal first half.
Yeah, I thought she had a pretty decent first half. I don't think she was too busy, but everything she did, she did quite comfortably, and it was the most comfortable she's probably looked in a few weeks. So I think Kathy will be very happy with the 60-odd minutes that she played today.
Definitely. Then we went in 4-0 up, Carr, with Kirsty Howett getting on the score sheet to give us our fourth of the day. And that'll, as we always say, Kirsty's a bit of a confidence player, and that'll certainly do our confidence wonders.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great team goal. It starts from Jenna at the back, who plays the ball on the left flank to Lizzie, who, crosses it into Kirsty Howett, who hits it first time, doesn't take a second, just hits the first time into the back of the net. As you say, great from everyone, but for Kirsty, that'll really get confidence up, especially, into next week with the cup final and everything. So, yeah, really good team goal, that.
Yep, Alan going in 4-0 at half time. Can't moan too much about that. I think we did have a period maybe a bit scrappy, but overall pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think any of us would have predicted going there and being 4-0 up at half time. I think you look at our predictions for last week's pods, and I don't think any of us were that confident we'd go and absolutely smash Motherwell. But we'd grown into the game the more the half went on, and as we got the goals and got the comfort in knowing the game was done and over, we started to play much better. Started to play with a wee bit more sort of intent and going forward. And you could tell the players could feel there was some goals there for him today, and it was good to go in quite comfortable. It was good to see Jenna's back in the team. We don't like the constant swap on goalkeepers, but everything Jenna done was decisive. And it was really good. And as Car touched on, led to some of our goals.
Yeah, she was really good today. We come at half time, and something a bit unusual for us. Car making some substitutes right on half time. Chelsea and Brogan went off, and Laura Berry and Liv McLaughlin came on, which we were glad to see because Laura Berry getting game time is great, and 45 minutes is even better.
Yeah, I was just happy to see subs at half time because how the last 3 or 4 weeks we've been calling for it. So she must watch this, or it gets back to her that we want that. So maybe that's the case, or maybe she's thinking about next week and trying to give minutes across the team.
I think that's more than likely, to be honest.
Probably more realistic, but I'm always happy when Laura Berry gets on the pitch, and it's always good to see Liv McLaughlin come on. I mean, she was instrumental in a lot of stuff that happened in the second half. Liv, that is. So it's always good to see.
Yeah, definitely. Didn't have long to wait for a goal as well. Alan, another one. I think Tess would be a bit annoyed that Wilco kind of take it off her, but Wilco getting another goal as she does, and Tess getting the assist.
Yeah, listen, Tess got forward a lot more in the second half, especially, and probably unfortunate she's not managed to get a goal herself. She had a couple of opportunities, but Wilco's done exactly what you expect a centre forward to do, and just got a bit on the end of that and just managed to force it home. It was probably going in anyway, looking at it from our angle from Tess, but Wilco just taking the opportunity to make sure.
Yep, then Kirsty Howitt, as we say, needs confidence, and goals come along, Car, they come along tenfold for her, and she got on the score sheet again. She made it 6-0.
Yeah. And a lovely long-range strike, which we don't see very often, although Nick was trying today. They just didn't fall for her, unfortunately. Much to Joe's annoyance, I'm sure. But this one, Kirsty Howitt long-range strike into the far corner, exactly what you want from her, and she just looked absolutely fired up. Probably was a result earlier, to be honest, that just really got her going, but a couple of goals won't steer her wrong.
Oh, the race for the hat-trick was on between Kirsty, Cammy and Wilco, Alan, and Wilco came out on top, make it 7-0.
To the surprise of nobody, Katie Wilkinson's the first one in his team to get a hat-trick today. Kirsty Howitt and Camille would have been more than worthy of getting a hat-trick. They put in a great shift, but Katie Wilkinson doing Katie Wilkinson things and, finishing it off and looking for another match ball for a collection.
Yep, she's going to need a new house at this point to fill. She's got that many match balls. Kirsty wasn't going to get her hat-trick, though. She went off just after that with Wilco and Kathy. On came Jodie, Raf and Ryoka. So some positive changes and probably some much-needed rest for the 3 that went off.
Yeah, I think we're kind of tiring. Well, not too much, but tiring a little bit at this point. So it made sense to make some changes. Jodie came on, barrels of energy as she normally does, and just kind of running the show up and down that side. So couldn't ask for much more. A little bit of rest going into the cup final next week.
Yep. Then we had one more goal, Alan, and we heard those 3 magic words: penalty Rangers, just to top the day off. Up steps Rio Hardy.
Yeah, and listen, it's always nice to hear those 3 words, and no doubt about it, clear foul. It looked as if Tess maybe wanted a chance to get on the score sheet, but, gave it to Rio, and Rio doesn't tend to make mistakes for a penalty spot, and, Rio will be made up at making sure she's on the score sheet when we get so many goals.
Yep, definitely. Strikers are firing ahead of next week, Car, so that's always good to see.
Of course, it'd be nice to get Laura Berry on there, but she was trying, bless her. She just couldn't find it back in it.
Definitely was. So it finished 8-0, Alan. Good day at the office.
A very good day at the office, a clean sheet, 8 goals, a lot of goals coming for strikers, and Camille, making a point when she's starting and getting another 2 goals. So very, very good. And to see us playing with a bit more freedom, when the goals started coming, I think that's the best performance we've put on for quite some time, certainly in the last sort of 60 minutes.
Yep, definitely. So, player of the match for you, Car? Who are you going for?
I don't know. I'm torn between Camille and Innie, to be honest. And it probably should be Welko. She's got a hat-trick. But I think both of them were really good in the midfield today. Obviously, Camille scored a couple of goals. But Innie was back to her full self today. I think skilling and frilling and, could fight her way out of phone box or whatever that phrase is, because I can never seem to remember what that actual phrase is. Was it handle a balloon in a phone box or something like that? But she was tremendous again today. But I think just the way that Camille's been the last couple of games, she got justified in her starting today. So I think for me, Camille or Camille.
Yeah, Camille. I think Kathy was probably the better shout. She was really good. Obviously, Kirsty and Wilco are amongst it, but I think I've got to go for Camille as well. Alan?
I think it'll be a hat-trick for Cammy. I think not just her performance, but when she got the goals, those goals finished the game for us and allowed us to go and play with that sort of freedom and confidence, getting the second and third, putting the game out of sight, and, just being a constant threat and a menace. She's certainly small in stature, but, she's got the heart of a lion, and will get involved in the physical side and doesn't mind that, and just gets up and dusts herself down. Really unlucky not to get a hat-trick when she followed through and, just couldn't quite get there in front of the keeper, but hopefully that cemented a place in the starting lineup next Saturday.
That would be really nice. We hope so. So we'll touch on other results elsewhere, Car, which were a surprise and made the day even better. Hearts beating Glasgow City and... No, that's wrong.
No.
Hibs beat Glasgow City. Hearts beat Celtic. If I can get my Edinburgh teams right there. So surprising results, but always nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the end of the Hibs City game. Well, our game was just about to kick off, and it was 0-0 right until the basically last kick of the ball, and Hibs got the corner and scored from it, which obviously will be good for them confidence-wise, but a bit annoying for us because we're the one that has to play them next. So frustrating that way. But, we said the split would be that way. Things would change every week. And, first week of the split, things have changed kind of dramatically in, one game day. So, yeah, good for both Edinburgh sides, I suppose. And it's always nice when they lose. So we'll take it on this beautiful Sunday.
Yep. Alan, anything to add to that?
No, as Carl says, we've said many times, there's got to be a lot of shocks and changes in the last sort of 10 games. We've got the first one out of the way. We've improved our position. It puts us up in second, 2 points behind Hibs, and we've got a distraction for the league next week. We get a chance to go and play Hibs, or I think players feel they've got a bit of a point to prove against Hibs after this season's game so far, but 2 teams that should go in absolutely flying in confidence after this week's results. So all points to have a very exciting final next week, and the last 9 games in the season in the league are going to be very interesting. Probably very, very nerve-wracking as well for us.
Yeah, nerve-wracking for us, but it's exciting it's what the split was put in place for, to make it exciting and I think probably this might be the year that it is going to be the most exciting because it's not just three teams that are kind of fighting it out. It's just going to be absolute chaos, I think.
Chaos is the word for it. I think it's going to be, everyone's constantly on their phones at whatever games are at to see what the scores are elsewhere, to see where that puts us each game, and then after the game speaking to the players and having to update them on what's happening like we did today with Nick. It's all very exciting and chaotic, I think is the word for it, but that's what the league wanted. And obviously even at the bottom half of the table there were some upsets as well, so up and down is certainly going to be interesting what happens at the end of the season, but it's going to be a wild ride either way.
Yeah, definitely. As long as we're at the top by the end, it can be as chaotic as it wants. So, talking about coming out on top, Alan, we have touched on it. We've got Hibs next week in the Sky Sports Cup final, which we are the holders of for the last couple of years. Your birthday weekend, so just put it out there. Nick, if you're watching, Alan needs a nice birthday again, so go and win it again, please.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to celebrate that birthday with another cup win. It would be nice to make that a wee tradition. But we're certainly going to have the biggest challenge. But the last sort of three finals, I think we're facing a very different Hibs than we faced 2 years ago, and they're a step up from Partick, who pushed us and made us work for last year's. But this has got to be a big challenge. Different setting, it's the first time our team have went and played at Fir Park, so it'll be something different for players. Again, it's another challenge, go and switch into grass, and that's a challenge for him, but it's something Hibs have to adapt to as well. So, it certainly points to a very competitive game, and I really hope that, it gets the sort of crowd it deserves, because if you're on the fence of it going, I urge you to go and get tickets and get along, because it should be a really, really good spectacle.
Yeah, it kicks off 3 p.m. It is on Sky Sports, but get along and see it. It's the men's international break, so why you want to watch it on TV, it's probably going to be a nice weekend, because we had a nice weekend last year, so I get my hopes on that. Car, what would you think team-wise? Do you think Vic comes back in? Do you think Jenna's going to keep her spot? Hopefully Cabby's in there, but we'll see. Do you make many changes for today?
I assumed because Jenna started today that she'd be in next week, because that would be 3 weeks that Vic hadn't played. So it seemed a bit crazy to throw her in, although she was the cup keeper, so it could be either, I suppose, but I'd assume it'd probably be Jenna. I'd start Cammy. I think we all would at this point. She offers so much. I'd probably start with Wilco and Rio up top, just to kind of settle things down, and then hopefully just go in early, get a couple of goals, settle down. Because I think as much as Hibs have improved, it's their first cup final in
2 years.
2 years. Just trying to work out what season we're in. 2 years. It's obviously grass for them as well. Could be a bit nervous, so hopefully we can capitalise on that if that is the case. As long as we go out firing, it doesn't matter who's in that team. We should have enough to win it.
Yep, Alan, what do you think? Do you think Jenna's going to be in? I certainly was thinking today, like I said at the game, I was thinking it would be Jenna, but do you think Vic comes back in, or do we keep Jenna in there?
I thought the keeper starting the day would be the keeper starting the final next week, so I'd expect it to be Jenna, but I think we've all given up really trying to guess Joe's thoughts on the goalkeepers. So, we get it wrong every week. So, we're all predicting Jenna's going to start, and Thelma will start next week. So, it'll be. It wouldn't entirely surprise me which one of the three play, but I would expect Jenna to play. I really think Camille's done enough to start. I'd go with Carr. I'd go big and start with Rio and Wilco up front. Brogan and Lizzie are probably picking himself. We may have not been fit now. So midfield is probably the biggest question, and I would start as we did today. Kelsey and Kirsty in the middle. The best we've seen Kirsty McLean in a long time, and playing her with Chelsea is probably our strongest two in the middle.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Firstly, when you said you were going with Car, I thought you were putting her in goals.
Oh, do not do that. That'd be the worst thing that's ever happened to this football club if you put me in goals.
I was like, where are we going with this? We've already got 3 keeper scarves going in. Just to know that they're a spanner in the works. So, yeah, as we say, get tickets. I think it's Motherwell that's selling them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Motherwell, go in there, get your tickets, and we'll hopefully see a good crowd there. Car, have you got the loan report?
No, I think Alan does.
Oh, Alan, anybody?
I don't have a full one report yet. No, all 3 of the girls played at Queen's Park. Sophie Rutherford and Lily Boys both played 90 minutes. Millie Payton played for 60. And then in that game, they lost against Spartans. Casey McKenna came on for the last 30 minutes. I'm not seen all the lineups for the SWPL 2 games, but Sophie Townsley scored 4 goals for the left wing for Hamilton. They beat Ayr 6-0. So we'll certainly be seeing Hamilton back in SWPL 1 next year. And so Sophie Townsley is absolutely tearing it up there. So, very exciting future for Sophie. And, as I say, we'll try and post on the group about the other teams, but not a chance for a full loan report. But I don't think we'll find anybody as shone as bright as Sophie Townsley this week.
No, definitely not. Just to touch on that, Car, obviously she's not our player now, but Mason Clark was great for Motherwell today, wasn't she?
She was. I managed to catch her at the end of the game, and I just said, passing her that she had a great game. And she did. She probably doesn't feel that way with the result, the way it went, but she really had a good game in that midfield for Motherwell. I mean, I'm still gutted that we let her go, and I'm hopeful in the future that once she gets a bit more experience, we'll bring her back. But she certainly shone very well in that midfield today for Motherwell. So, shout out to her. And obviously, it's no good to be on the end of a result like that, but with a performance like that, she's got places she's going.
Yeah, definitely. Alan, the predictor, you had a chance to look at it yet? Don't think anybody was really. Well, actually, you did say somebody was close to the 8-0. It was 8-1 they predicted.
Yeah, Mark Mason predicted 8-1, which was the closest, but a few surprising results in there, so not quite finished totaling it up, but it looks like Mr. 16th place, Greg Drysdale, is the top scorer this week, so, Greg will be getting a nosebleed, when he sees that, so I'll make sure to tag him when we post the update.
Yeah, definitely. We'll make sure that he throws some results next time because he does not like to lose that 16th spot. So we'll wrap it up there. Obviously, we hope to see a lot of you there next week. Big weekend, as every weekend is now going to be until the end of the season. So strap yourselves in. It's going to be a bumpy ride probably because it's Rangers. But enjoy the rest of your weekends. And as always, thank you to Kat and Alan.
Thanks, troops.
Thanks, team.
Right, we'll see you next time.